Hey everyone, it's Andrew from Hobbies Australia again, and here I am. It's Takom time. Hi everyone, it's Andrew from Hobbies Australia again, and we're going to have a quick look at a number of new lines from the brand Daswerk and also from Takom that have just arrived in the Hobbies Australia warehouse. And let me say, I just am absolutely gobsmacked at the quality of the kits that are arriving from these guys. It's just absolutely amazing what's happening. So, first kit we're going to have a look at is the French World War I 155mm howitzer. This has got various marking options to represent a couple of different armies that used this gun during the First World War and after. The kit is retailing for $54. And look, anything World War I is just so very, very popular at the moment. Doesn't matter if it's armour or warships, and we'll have a look at some other things here in a moment from Takom, where we've actually got Zeppelins arriving. But yeah, just really, really nice stuff. Very, very well received and currently moving out to stores. So we can see here crisp, clean detail, lots and lots of parts. Nothing too onerous in regards to the way of a build, just really nicely done. So Daswerk, their kit DW35022, a World War I French 155mm howitzer. We'll have a look at the instructions, really nicely done. They've got that faded look, a little bit of history of the weapon, sprue shots, which is really good. We've got different marking and paint options. Gotta love that French World War I hard-edged camouflage pattern. Really, really hard to do, but when it's done properly, gosh, it looks good. Flicking through there, we can see the instructions for the construction. We've got the limber, we've got additional gun, ammunition crates and ammunition. Really nicely done, and I think very, very buildable. Actually, looking at this and the fit of some of the parts, this is going to be a very, very quick build, and it's going to be a very enjoyable build. So, Daswerk, their kit 35022, heading out to stores right now. So, let's keep going with the World War I theme, and from the people at Takom, we have two representations in 1/350 scale of Zeppelins. We have the P and we have the later Q class. The Q is a little bit larger, so they've put a plug in there to stretch out the fuselage, etc, etc. But look, 1/350 scale, it's a ship scale, yep, but the German Imperial Navy operated Zeppelins, so I guess maybe that sort of fits in. So it's certainly a smart move to use this scale. We get a highly detailed model that isn't going to take up a heck of a lot of room, but it's still a substantial model in itself. They've announced the Q and the P class, which we've got now. The next shipment that we will see from Takom will include the P model Zeppelin in 1/700 scale, and it will also include an Imperial German Navy battlecruiser, also in 1/700 scale. So there'll be a little bit of a diorama in a box. More information on that to come. But looking here at these Zeppelins, I haven't seen a Zeppelin or an airship done for quite some time. So I think since the old Lindbergh kit is probably the last one that I can remember. But these are very, very nicely rendered. Attention to detail, things like machine gun posts on top of the airbag, lots and lots of detail for the propellers, the motors, the gondolas. Really nicely done. We see photo etch, we have a clear, transparent stand. So very, very nicely done. Two kits, as I said, the P and the Q model, and their kit numbers are 6002 and 6003, and these kits will be retailing for around the $63 mark. As I said, shipping to stores now, so get the opportunity, drop into your local hobby store, have a look online. From Takom, their World War I Zeppelins. Great stuff. So let's move away from World War I subjects for just a quick minute, and let's have a look at something current. So what we have here from the team at Takom and a combination with Daswerk, they have a Sachsen-Class Frigate, currently operated by the German Navy and a couple of other European navies. This kit has also just arrived, and it's exceptionally, exceptionally well done. Retailing for $78. We'll just quickly open that. But you can see here, you know, more modern warships are all about radar deflection, so stealth ships, that type of stuff. So you know, not all the antennas and bells and whistles that we expect from, say, a World War I or World War II vessel. We see lots of very clean lines, lots of very, very sharp right angles, that type of thing. But look, you know, again, we've got the opportunity here to build this model as either a full hull or a waterline. Really, really nicely done. Current naval subject. I believe the Germans actually deployed these in the South China Sea recently, so they've been working alongside ships from the Royal Australian Navy. Current subject, nicely done, certainly worthwhile considering if you're a fan of modern naval subjects. So the Sachsen-Class Frigate from Takom/Daswerk, kit number 6001, retailing for $78. So when I get told of new kits, new subject matter coming, sometimes I go, wow, that's really good, that's really impressive, fantastic, we've needed that for a long time. And then other times I get told about kits or get advised about kits coming in and I sort of scratch my head and go, gee, really? What's that all about? And I guess one of those kits would be this little bad boy, okay, from Takom. It's Battleship Yamato in 1/16 scale, and it's the anchors from that battleship. There's the stern anchor, and then there's the main anchor. So the stern anchor and the happy anchor, okay? Really nicely done, very much left to center. Who would have thought that you could make a model out of anchors? But then when you open up the box and you look at the detail, and you look at how they've done it, the guys at Takom are really, really very clever in what they're doing. I mean, okay, they're not sort of overly complex models and they're not going to really take a lot of time to do. But, you know, once you build these, okay, and look at the shackles there, you would get those and you would put some texture on them, you would paint it, you would weather it, use pigments on there to rust it up. These are going to be just absolutely wonderful little, well, not necessarily little, models. And I guess if you're looking for something different, if you're trying to get the to prevent modeller's block or just have something that's a little bit of fun, things like this, the Takom kit 1013 is exactly the type of thing that you probably want to be considering. Retailing for just on $50. It's fun, it's funky. It's exactly the type of model that you know I've been banging on about Suyata about. So you know, you see it in the shop, you see it online, don't discount it. Have a look at it, see what you think. The other kit that from the Yamato, and we'll open this up. We'll actually use close-up photos to give you an indication of the size. We'll put a ruler down so you can see just how big this thing is. Because if I open the box, even with the drop-down shot, you're pretty much going to lose what's going on in this shot. But we saw their main armament gun turret from Yamato a little while ago. This is now the secondary armament. Okay, so this is the 15.5 centimetre gun that was behind the main guns on the bow of the Yamato. I guess when you look at what Takom are doing currently, they've also announced the secondary armament for the German battleship Bismarck. We've also seen in the last couple of days information regarding the American Iowa-class turrets coming out as well. In our next delivery from Takom, we'll see the 5.5-inch American twin gun turret used on their destroyers, cruisers, battleships, even on their aircraft carriers. So the guys at Takom have got a real taste at the moment for naval subjects, and it's really, really good because the attention to detail in these kits is just absolutely phenomenal. Look, let's just, I said I wasn't going to do it, but you know, in for a pound, in for a penny. Let's just take this off so you can have a quick squeeze. Now this kit, 2144 from Takom, this has got a retail price of $95. But look at the size, look at the quality of the mouldings on this thing. This is just absolutely phenomenal. And you know, here we go, digging, 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 parts, 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 parts. It's just amazing. Like, we've got the rails, the ladders, the gun barrels, blast bags, and it just keeps going and going. It's just absolutely amazing. And I guess you know, if you want to get a bit of an indication of the size of it, I mean, look at that. Hello, look at where it is a damn hat. It's just amazing. And the attention to detail, 1/72nd scale. It's just, who would have thought 6 months, 12 months ago that we would have seen this type of stuff coming out in the hobbies? It's just amazing quality product. $95, shipping to stores now. I guess after looking at the turret for the Yamato, anything after that is going to be a little bit of a letdown. But look, again here in 135th, we've got the Sea Dart and Sea Wolf missile system as currently used on British Royal Naval ships. Lovely, lovely rendition of that armament, the rocket system. Very nicely done. Very, very appealing. And like, you know, everything that we see lately from Takom, it's just great stuff. The box is chock-a-block full of plastic, the instructions, really, really well done. You know, these guys from so many of these Asian companies now are just doing so many great things for the hobby industry. It's not, it's just amazing, you know. I'm very, very pleased and very, very proud of the fact that we at Hobbies Australia have been able to get Takom and that we're distributing that locally, because it really does fill a lot of holes in the ranges that modelers have been looking for. The last kit that I want to talk about this afternoon from Takom is this beast, the Lun-Class Ekranoplan. This thing is just absolutely amazing. 1/144 scale, so you go, oh yeah, gee, it's not exactly the biggest of aircraft in regards to scale, but then when you actually open it up and you see what's in there, this thing was just I think there was one built. I read somewhere that it's being relocated to Moscow to be preserved in, I think they call it Patriots Park. This thing is just an absolute monster. The quality of the mouldings on this kit are just phenomenal, and of course my offsider Ryan will get out there and take some photos and show you some of the details on this kit. But this is just absolutely glorious. We've been waiting for this for quite some time. Very happy that it's now arrived. Retailing for $78. Even in 1/144, there's an awful lot of plastic in here, boys and girls, and it will build into a very nice, very, very well received kit of what was a bit of a Cold War beast. I think they built, well, they planned to build 9, they built 1, that 1 is still in existence. So there are lots and lots of references online, so you can really get in there and go to town with this build. There's nothing to stop you super detailing this particular model if you'd like to, even though in 1/144 the actual aircraft was so big. Even in 1/144 there's lots of scope there for wiring, for conduit, all that type of stuff. It's just a matter of whatever the modeler chooses to do. The paint scheme, the call-outs for it are very, very nice. You can also, as I said, look at various references online. You might choose to do something as that aircraft currently sits in storage, heavily weathered, in a dilapidated condition, entirely up to you. But just at this present moment in time, we're just spoilt for so many choices in the hobby for all these new brands and all these new kits that are coming out. So look, that's it for me today. Takom, great brand, fantastic brand. Lots more new and exciting things coming from those guys, incoming shipments. Look, as always, if you like what we're doing, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If any of these kits that we've very, very quickly brushed over today, if you'd like any more detail on them, if you'd like us to do a more in-depth review, just leave a comment for me and then we'll come back and revisit that as quickly as we can. Things have been a little bit funky here at Hobbies Australia, what with COVID lockdown, we're all out of that now, and hopefully the whole country we can move forward. But yeah, the volume of stock that we've had coming in, new shipments, new brands, it continues, and it will continue up until, you know, the foreseeable future. So look, don't forget, as I said earlier, we're going to showcase this little bad boy very, very soon. This will be the new Royal Australian Air Force C-130J-30 with markings for number 37 Squadron, Royal Australian Air Force, and featuring the Centenary of Air Force marking scheme. Keep your eye open for that in an upcoming video soon. Now look, as always, stay safe. Thank you so very, very much for your time and your patience. If there's anything else that you need to know, we're only a phone call or an email away. Until then, I'm Andrew from Hobbies Australia. Stay safe, take care, build more kits. Talk soon. Bye-bye.